I want to explain to you about Mello-Roos, and I want to explain about that right now. A Mello-Roos assessment is a bond that they use when they buy or when they build a subdivision to pay for the extra fire protection, maybe a firehouse, extra police protection, schools, the roads, parks, playground equipment, bathroom at the park, all that extra stuff that they got going on there. And that's the way they pay it. It could be $500 a year, it could be $2,000 a year. It depends. So when you're dealing with your real estate agent, when they say there's a Mello-Roos, which they've got to inform you because it's an additional tax on top of your regular taxes that you pay already. You will they'll have to tell you the amount of the Mello-Roos and how much longer there is left on it. It's not a firm number, but you'll get a pretty good idea. Now, it could last 20 years, it could last 30 years, or it could last 40 years. Depends. 40 years is the most. Most people haven't done 40 years. Usually it's 20 years. The tax was put together because in 1978 we passed Proposition 13, and Proposition 13 had it so that they couldn't raise your property taxes every year as they were doing. It was getting ridiculous, and so they passed that. But they realized it took a few years. 1982 is when Mello-Roos passed, for them to realize they can't stop spending money, but less money was coming in. So they needed to set up this new way of taxing. Mello and Roos are the last names of the two legislators that brought the law into effect. So that's why it's called Mello-Roos. I'm sure those two guys didn't feel like it would be this way, but that's kind of like saying flood zone, things like that, house fire. When you go to buy a house in a Mello-Roos, sometimes you have to look at it twice because it could be so much more expensive to buy there